Welcome to RMM Help. In this session we look at an alternative to running standard asset and work reports, where we would typically do that up here on the main menu in reporting, but by using either the work or asset summary lists or detail lists. The benefit of being able to run these reports from these lists is that certainly with the detail lists, every field in the asset register and every field in work processing is available to us, and that means that we can filter on any of those fields, and each of these data lists are just like a spreadsheet with rows and columns. So we suggest that you look at the help videos on exporting data into Excel and on how you can use finding, sorting and filtering data, because there's a lot of facilities that are available just using these data lists. So now that we're on our asset summary list, let's say that we want to get a listing of wheelchairs located at the Children's Hospital. I'll go into asset category and I won't type in full wheelchair, I'll just type in wheel and hit return. That then filters our list down to 16. And we want a list of wheelchairs at the Children's Hospital. So if I click over to where our location codes are, and I'll go into site and I'll abbreviate children's to child, CHILD, hit return, and our list is now down to 4 items. We could in fact select individual items out of those selected, or alternatively I could use select all, and once that's selected I can then click on asset standard reports, and we then get a list of those asset specific reports. We said that we wanted a summary list, which we've got here. You'll notice that we still get a work report description, and if I click on OK, the report is generated. And if I can't see all of the report, I can hide the actions, and we can scroll, in this case vertically, on this list for a full list of our assets. At that point, on our menu bar at the top here, we've got a print icon. We can simply print to our local printer or designate a printer that we want to print to. We have an export option with a drop-down list, and you can see that we can export to Excel, Word, or as a PDF file, and these are very useful to be able to email the information on to a colleague, or alternatively you could simply save the items for later use. Once we've finished with our report, we can close the report. We could run another report if we wanted to, because we've still got our filtered data sitting behind this, or we can cancel. While we've got the filtered data, we could view the selected records, or we could process the selected records, but now that we're finished, we'll simply remove the filter and we're back to our starting list. Now we can do exactly the same thing for work. We go into our work data list, and this time, let's say for instance we want to find all the work lists, all of the wheelchairs that are in work in progress that we can't make progress with because we're awaiting parts. Now I could again use asset category for wheelchairs, which we would get in our work detail list, but I'll simply go to our asset description and I'll type in there wheel, and that's found 22 records, and we want to see those that were awaiting parts. So I'll scroll across, and here we've got our work status, and you can see there's one beneath that with awaiting parts, and I'll simply type in there await and hit return, and that's now found 9 records. Again, we could continue filtering, or we could select a record or multiple records. I'll use select all. Then this time we'll use the work standard reports, and as we said before, we've now got an abbreviated list of work-related reports, we're going to choose the work summary report. I'll click on OK, and our report is generated. Again, we've got the menu bar where we can print, export, as we did before, into Excel, PDF or Word. Again, we can email those, which is very useful, or we can save them for future reference. Now, once we're finished with that, we simply close it down. We can do exactly the same by viewing these records while they're still selected, or process selected jobs, or when we're finished, we can remove the filter. And finally, it's worth mentioning that on a data list like work, we've got all of these built-in filters, and we can run any of those filters, select all, and then we can run the standard report on those built-in data filters. So this concludes the presentation on running standard asset and work reports from filtered data.